Hi, what up, YouTube? This is No Cap, No Filter. I'm your host, Marley G, back at y'all another episode of Running With You. And tonight we gotta run about this video I came across. I said I'm gonna react to it when I get home. Only seen like the first 10, 15 seconds of it or so. But this woman is questioning are female friendships a scam? We always heard about females going on vacations and falling out when they get back for whatever reason. But men, we can usually, have longer friendships that we can hold on to. But let me go ahead on and without further ado, get into the video and we can react to it, man. Let's check out what she got to say.
If you've ever wondered why people say Miami tests friendships and Vegas tests relationships, let me tell you about my New Year's Eve last night. Four of us get ready to go out. I already DM'd the promoter for Vendom, so that way he said we can get in, there'll be alcohol, no, wait at the door, everything's all good. We pull up, one of my friends is plus size, and they tell her that she has to pay $300 at the door. We all thought we were going to have an expense-free night, so no one wanted to pay for the $300 entry fee. We spent over 2 hours trying to figure out if we're going to split it. Can she put on her credit card?
They trying to figure out over 2 hours. Mind you, they on a trip. So they charging your friend $300. Out of the four of y'all could have came together and let's see what the math is on that. Exactly. $75 a piece. Y'all already getting in for free. Y'all already getting the drinks. Y'all already gonna have all this to your disposal and y'all can cover the cost. But the cost in itself is crazy. $300 just because you plus size. But I ain't gonna lie, some of these places like Vegas and Miami, they only want certain caliber women in their clubs. That's they thrive off that. That's their brand. Anybody that's overweight, they gonna get charged. So I could understand why I've heard they do this, but I didn't think it was this much. Like $300, that's crazy. Let's continue.
Whether we're just going to leave, go to another club, like literally just doing everything. And we spent over 2 hours plotting and planning and strategizing. Finally, we're 10 minutes before New Year's Eve, and I personally did not want to spend my New Year's Eve sitting on the curb. So I asked my friend, would you be willing for us to pay for your Uber to go back home so you can watch the ball drop, watch fireworks, and be safe, so that way we can at least go into the club before midnight?
That's crazy.
She turned to me and
First of all, y'all all on a trip together. Y'all gotta share this experience together. If she can't go in, none of y'all going in. That's just how men would do this. Um, if y'all ain't trying to pay 75 a piece, I understand that, man. It's paying 75 a piece to get into the club when y'all could go to another club for free, but y'all probably gonna have to, get y'all drinks. Y'all probably gonna have to do all that. But 9 times out of 10, men gonna pay for that stuff for y'all. If y'all look good enough, some men's gonna buy y'all the drinks. Some men gonna reimburse y'all on whatever y'all had to spend, some way, somehow. But yeah, man, offering her Uber to me, in my opinion, fake friend activity.
says, I'll get in that Uber, but once I do, we are not friends anymore.
Exactly. Oh, but that's it. I thought she was gonna break it down more, but man, we always say when women go on these Miami trips, bro, they always gonna fall out, and it's usually behind a man. It's usually behind one of the girls in the friend group, probably male centered, and they just running behind men the whole time in the trip. One of the friends ain't come with absolutely no money, and they gotta just, always covering her tab everywhere they go. One of the friends just always want to be in a bad mood. Uh, Two of the friends want to be leaders. It's always some type of reason why these women get into it on these trips. And like she said, when Vegas, they test relationships because that's where people go and cheat. But to me, I don't think Vegas and Miami no different. What happened in Miami stays in Miami too as well. But I do think, these scenes are mainly for single people, but that's when it comes to relationships. But when it comes to friendships, man, and then it's the proximity. You're around a person, that you ain't normally around for a long period of time. Like when you're on a vacation with someone and y'all in a room together, you know, especially if y'all in like a cruise or something, man, you with this person a long time, versus you only see them every blue moon, or you only see them on the weekends when y'all hang out. But when you gotta sleep with this person, you gotta wake up with this person, not in the same bed, but in the same room, and just be with them all day. You just know their habits, and you just get aggravated with stuff when it comes to planning, them not being on time for things. You running late because of them, because they not punctual. Like it's just all a thing, Or sometimes you get into it with friends when it comes to money. Like if they don't got the cash but they got it on their card, and they be like, oh, just pay for it, I'll Zelle you, I'll Apple Pay you, but they don't do it right away, and now you got to keep tabs on every time they do that, and that stuff add up, and it just become real repetitive. And some friends be lazy, they don't want to do no booking or nothing, they don't want to do no looking up nothing, they don't want to put in no leg work for to do any activity. And all this stuff could really take a toll on somebody, and to the point where somebody gonna be the one that's gonna spaz out on that person. But I do think when it comes to men, we get over stuff like that very much more in a logical way than women. Women gonna just go off strict emotions, and they ain't gonna never forget what happened. They gonna always bring that up, and women be actually fighting on vacations. Like it's crazy. Like men, we don't really fight on vacations. I don't think more than women. I think if a man fight on vacation, it's with other men. Women fight amongst each other all the time on vacation, all the time. But I want to know what y'all think in the comment section below. Was she wrong for saying the Uber idea and still going to the club without her friend, or is it valid? They came, they charged her an insane amount. They didn't want to really go nowhere but that specific club for specific reasons. And shoot, they wanted to enjoy their time because it was New Year's and they wanted to have that ball drop. One thing about women, they want to be in the vicinity when that ball drops so they could get the aesthetic for their story. They want to get the kiss for their story. They want to get the, all the confetti falling, all that stuff for their story, and they just want to experience that moment. So they be very, stern on trying to be in a spot for 12 a.m. So missing that is like, a waste of the trip to them, because that's the main reason they wanted to go on that trip, to get that moment, to say, oh, I'm living it up, look at me. But what y'all think down in the comment section below. Sorry, I ain't been I've been MIA for a little while, since this New Year's, but better late than never, man. Happy New Year's to everyone. Trying to get more consistency for the 2026 year, and we're gonna have big things coming, man. We're gonna try to steady growing. We're gonna try to get these reactions in, and if y'all got anything that y'all want to send me, hit up the email nocapnofilter7@gmail.com. Hit me up in the comment section, I'll reply. And let me know anything that you would like for me to react to, such as this, or anything that you want me to speak on. If you like the video, hit the like button, and always don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed. Till then, I'm out.